The search for happiness, especially sexual pleasure, is a mysterious and difficult part of the human experience. People have admired and misunderstood the orgasm for a very long time. It is often thought to be the highest level of sexual reaction. Its elusiveness has given rise to many myths and false beliefs, and those who can't quite reach it often feel like they're not good enough. This video tries to take the mystery out of orgasms by giving useful, scientifically proven tips on how to improve sexual pleasure and reach that elusive state of happiness. How to understand an orgasm. It's important to know what an orgasm is before talking about how to improve them. Orgasms are very strong, pleasure feelings that happen during sexual action. They involve a lot of different bodily reactions, such as muscle contractions, a faster heart rate, and often a greater awareness of one's surroundings. Orgasms can be stronger or weaker, last longer or shorter, and feel different for each person. The link in your mind. Mind over matter. Our brain is our most important physical tool. Mental excitement is the first step toward a satisfying orgasm. Feelings of stress, worry, and other mental blocks can make it very hard to feel pleasure. Mindfulness and meditation can help you calm down and concentrate on the present moment, making you more likely to feel happy. Fantasy and imagination. Having sexual thoughts can make you much more aroused, which can make your orgasm stronger. The mind can create sexy images, which can be a strong stimulator on the way to climax. Techniques for the body. Exploration and communication. Knowing what your body is telling you is important. Exploration, by yourself or with a partner, can help you find places where you are more sensitive. Talking to your partner about what you like, what you don't like, and what makes you happy is important for both of you. Rhythmic stimulation. For most people, getting an orgasm requires long-term rhythmic stimulation of erogenous zones, especially the clitoris for women and the penis for men. You can find the right pace by playing around with pressure, speed, and skill. Edging is a method in which you get close to an orgasm, then lower the level of pleasure, and then start again. This can make the orgasm stronger when they finally reach their peak. Making the experience better. Kegel movements, which tighten and loosen the muscles in the pelvic floor, can make a sexual experience stronger. When you finish, the contractions are stronger and your pelvic muscles are stronger. Lifestyle factors, like getting enough sleep, working out regularly, and eating well, can have a big effect on sexual health and response. Also, cutting down on drinking and quitting smoking can help circulation and sensitivity. Trying out different positions and toys. Being in different sexual positions can give you different kinds of pleasure, which can lead to different kinds of orgasmic experiences. Also, sex toys can make sexual pleasure more interesting by giving you new feelings and experiences. Emotional link. Having an emotional link with your sexual partner can have a huge impact on how good your orgasmic experience is. Being emotionally close, trusting, and understanding can make sexual joy better. Care after sexual activity and thought. After sexual activity, doing care afterward, like cuddling or talking about the experience, can improve the emotional bond and lead to more satisfying events in the future. Interesting orgasm. Facts. A deep dive into pleasure. As we continue our search for the perfect orgasm, let's look into some interesting facts that will both educate us and make us appreciate how complicated and varied the human sexual experience is. These facts are backed up by studies and research, which gives us a scientific way to understand the many aspects of orgasms. Gender gap in orgasm representation. A study that looked at the 50 most watched videos found a big difference between how men's and women's orgasms were shown. In popular pornographic material, 78% of men were shown having an orgasm, but only 18.3% of women were. This shows a clear gender gap. Strange behaviors in orgasms. Having an orgasm can make you do a lot of strange things without meaning to. Case studies have shown that these include crying, coughing, seizures, laughter, panic episodes, and headaches. More study needs to be done to find out why these responses happen. Orgasm likelihood by gender and sexual orientation. A big study of over 52,000 U.S. adults found that 95% of straight men usually had an orgasm during sex, while only 89% of gay men and 88% of bisexual men said the same thing. A lot of women, 86% of lesbians, had orgasms, but only 66% of bisexual women and 65% of straight women did. Concern for partner's orgasm. Research shows that contrary to what some people think, women often care more about their male partners having an orgasm. This worry is connected to worried attachment types, in which people aren't sure if their partner loves and will commit to them. The importance of clitoral stimulation. A study of more than 1,000 American women ages 18 to 94 found that only 18.4% thought that sexual contact was enough to make them come. On the other hand, 36.6% said that clitoral stimulation was important for pleasure during intercourse, and another 36% said it made the orgasmic experience better, putting sexual health first. A better orgasm isn't just about the peak. It's also about accepting your sexuality, being aware of your wants, and taking a healthy approach to your sexual health. It's an adventure trip where the end goal is just as important as the way you get there. Remember that sexual experiences and reactions are very personal and can be very different for each person. You and your partner need to talk about it and find what works best for you two. The most important thing about sex is to use your mind, said Dr. Ruth Westheimer, a well-known sex therapist. This makes the goal of having great orgasms more than just a goal. It turns into a road of self-discovery and close relationships. Understanding an orgasm can vary from person to person because it's a highly subjective and individual experience. However, here are some general insights. Physiological response. An orgasm is typically described as the peak of sexual pleasure, accompanied by rhythmic muscle contractions in the pelvic area. These contractions are often felt most intensely in the genitals, but can also occur throughout the body. Emotional and mental experience. Beyond the physical sensations, orgasms can also involve intense emotional and mental experiences, such as feelings of ecstasy, release, or even transcendence. These aspects can vary widely among individuals and even within the same person across different experiences. Communication. If you're trying to understand orgasms within a relationship, open communication with your partner is key. Everyone's experiences and preferences are unique, so discussing what feels good and what doesn't, and any desires or concerns can help both partners better understand and enhance each other's sexual experiences. Exploration. Self-exploration, either through solo sexual activities or with a partner, can help you better understand your own body and what pleases you. Experimenting with different types of stimulation, techniques, and contexts can provide valuable insights into what leads to orgasm for you. Variability. It's important to recognize that orgasms can vary in intensity, duration, and even sensation from person to person and from one experience to another. What leads to orgasm for one person may not work for another, and what felt amazing one time might not be as effective the next. Relaxation and mindfulness. Being present in the moment and relaxed can often enhance the experience of orgasm. Stress, anxiety, or distraction can sometimes inhibit orgasm, so finding ways to cultivate relaxation and mindfulness, both in and out of sexual contexts, can be helpful. No pressure. Lastly, it's important not to put too much pressure on yourself or your partner when it comes to experiencing orgasms. Orgasms are not the sole measure of sexual satisfaction or prowess, and focusing too much on achieving them can detract from the overall pleasure of the sexual experience. Instead, focus on enjoying the journey and the connection with your partners, whatever form that may take.